I love judging people on the internet. It's what gets me up in the morning. It's what gets me through hard times. No matter what's going on in my life, I know I will be able to log onto the internet and judge people. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going through the r/am I the arsehole subreddit. And we're not going to be looking at any of the ones which say not the arsehole, because those are boring, right? Those are boring. We don't want to hear wholesome stories. No. So I'm filtering all of these posts by just clicking on the arsehole flare and just scrolling through and seeing what horrible stories we can find. Am I the arsehole by bringing a meat-based product to my vegan friend's dinner? I mean, if they asked for it to be a vegan dinner, then yeah, probably. I22F was invited to a group dinner hosted by my friend Hannah, 23. I don't know why they've put the ages here. I don't know why the ages here matter. Who's vegan? In the message, she said it would be awesome if you could all bring plant-based dishes so everyone can try everything. I didn't think it was a rule. I saw it more like a suggestion. Yeah, but if someone's hosting you for dinner and they're asking, oh, it'd be great if you could bring plant-based dishes, that's an instruction. That's not a suggestion. What about this makes you think she'd be okay with you bringing, like, burgers or something? I am from Chile and my friends love our food, so I decided to bring empanadas de pino, non-vegan, and sopaipilas, definitely butchered that, con pebre, which are vegan. Okay, so you did bring some vegan stuff. Okay, right, this doesn't actually sound so bad. I made sure to put a visible tag that showed the vegan and non-vegan food. She didn't try none of the dishes I bought. At the dinner, Hannah looked really upset and later texted me that I was really disrespectful for bringing animal products into her home. Okay. Well, I've changed my mind here. I don't think this is that bad. Like, this person clearly misunderstood the message. Realistically, the host should have said, okay, no meat dishes, please just bring plant-based dishes if they wanted it to be like that. I don't know. I don't think they're the arsehole. I think they just misread a message. But the Reddit community has declared this person an arsehole. I apologize, but I also didn't think it was that big of a deal since I didn't force her to it. And I bought a food that she could also eat. So yeah, true. You did that. You were very considerate with that. Also, mind you, we've already eaten non-vegan food there plenty of times, so I would have never guessed it would be such a problem. Am I the arsehole? Tell you what, we're getting the gavel out. We're getting the gavel out for this. I don't think this person is the arsehole. I don't think anyone in this story is the arsehole, really. What is Reddit saying? Your vegan friend organizes dinner and requests her friends to bring plant-based dishes so everyone can try everything. You decide to bring a non-vegan dish. Or the arsehole. Yeah, but I don't know. It was sort of like a request. It wasn't like a command. If she went, yeah, don't bring a meat dish, only bring plant-based dishes, I think that would be a bit different. I'm still decreeing this. They're not the arsehole. I don't think. Maybe I'm an arsehole. I don't know. I don't care. I think Reddit's being a little bit too judgy for my liking. I know this is a whole subreddit about judging, but still. Am I the arsehole for secretly selling alcohol at my dry wedding to cover costs? I mean, it's your wedding. I can't see how you be the arsehole in this. So I, 27F, recently got married to my husband, 29M, and I had planned a pretty big wedding. About 300 guests. It was beautiful. Honestly, a dream. There's just one thing. Our families are super conservative and very religious, so we told everyone it would be a dry wedding, aka no alcohol. That decision kept the peace with our parents and extended family. As we all know, weddings are expensive, and we were footing most of the bill ourselves. I saw an opportunity and took it. I hired a licensed bartender friend of mine to set up a VIP bar hidden at the venue. It was at a large event hall with a garden and private side rooms. I gave a heads up to about 75 of our younger friends and more chill cousins and basically had them pay for drinks. Think wedding speakeasy. I quite like that idea. The drinks were priced reasonably, like $5 for a beer and $8 for a cocktail, and people were happy to pay because one, open bar weddings are rare in our circle, and two, they thought it was kind of fun. Long story short, between the money from the drinks and tips, we made about $2,000, which helped cover part of the catering bill. The issue is, word got out and a few of my aunts overheard someone talking about the secret bar, and now my mum is livid. She says I lied to everyone, disrespected the family, and made a mockery of our values. My mother-in-law also called me manipulative and selfish, but honestly, most of our guests didn't even know it happened, and the ones who did loved it. We didn't force anyone to drink, we just gave the option discreetly. My husband is kind of in the middle. He gets why I did it, but wishes I had told him before. Okay, you didn't tell your husband. Okay, that changes things. That does change things a bit. I didn't because I knew he'd get stressed and say no out of guilt. So am I the arsehole for secretly selling alcohol at my dry wedding to offset the cost? Okay, right. I feel as though if you told your husband, you wouldn't be, because this is your wedding. You can do what you want, frankly. But you didn't tell your husband. It feels like it's important to tell your husband if you're operating a secret bar at the wedding. Yeah, dude, I was so on board with you. It was a great idea until you neglected to inform your spouse. If you both agreed, then frankly, I'd say your conservative family's opinions don't matter, but your spouse's does. Yeah, okay, you know what I'm going to say? I like the idea. I think if you informed your husband about it, then it would be fine, but you didn't, so you're the arsehole. Am I the arsehole for complimenting a random female CVS employee for losing weight? My God, man. I'm M36, a socially awkward person. Really, I could not have gathered that. I've been complimented for my weight loss several times in my life. One day at CVS, I saw an employee who's been there for a while, and I nicely complimented her weight loss, and she cursed at me something along the lines of "fuck you, motherfucker." It's not like she was still overweight or something. She went from a bit chubby to skinny. Did I go too far? Yeah, you're the... God. The thing is, like, this person hasn't, like, intentionally been an arsehole, right? They haven't intentionally been an arsehole. Okay, I don't know if this makes it less creepy, but I was in my early 20s when this happened. Why are you still thinking about this, like, 15 years later? But anyway, I don't think there was, like, bad intention here. I just think this is a very important lesson that you learn here. Am I the arsehole for not going to my friend's birthday party because of a person? On the surface, just based off this, I'm going to say no. If you really don't like the person, that person has really given you a reason not to like them and not be around them, then, I don't know, you got to protect your peace. My question is, this weekend, a friend of mine organised a birthday party with everyone. It would have been a very nice party and I would have liked to come if he hadn't also invited one person he shouldn't have invited. The person has had a turbulent past with the group for a series of reasons, having gossip behind the backs of the whole group as if I don't know we would have... What? As if I don't know we would have found out? As if I don't know... What the... As if I don't know we would have found out. I mean, I know what you mean there, but, like, that's so badly written. I had to do that. I still fucked up the take. I had to read that, like, 4 times before I realised it just didn't make any sense. The problem is that after years of friendship and confessions, I felt betrayed and used like a dirty rag. The friend who organises the party, also a victim of this, perhaps even more serious, invited him as if nothing had happened after all the mess. What I would like to do before the party is to give a speech to all the members of the group, giving my point of view on the person invited. Give a speech. Give us, you Martin Luther King? Sit down. Giving my point of view on the person invited, saying everything that needs to be said so that they get an idea of the situation and that for future times he isn't invited again. Unfortunately, I will stay home this time hoping that I will not be invited again. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle because this does sound petty. I feel as though if it was like someone that like really, really, really victimized you, then it would be a bit different. But in this instance, it's like, you know, your friend's been a bit of a gossipy prick, you know, like, I don't know. That's not nice. It's not nice, but it is your friend's birthday party, and I don't know. But realistically, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. You don't have to go to a birthday party if you don't want to interact with someone. I'm going to say you're not the arsehole. You can do what you want. You can go to whatever parties you want. And if someone's there that you don't want to be around, that's fair enough. Am I the arsehole for door dashing food to a neighbour's house? Probably. Just sending food to someone's house. And just going around to pick up. That's just bothering people. I live alone in a house that is kind of out of the way, and DoorDash drivers have an awful time finding my house because of that. It usually ends up at my neighbours' houses anyway, even when I put in my address. Because of this, I've started using the address of one of my neighbours' houses. I always make sure I put it for the contactless delivery. But sometimes the Dasher ignores that and knocks or rings on the doorbell. There have been several occasions where I go to pick up my food and the person living there yells at me even when I try to explain. This has happened with 2 neighbours now. It is getting a little upsetting. Yeah, Matt, you're the arsehole. Put delivery instructions on your app, like if you use Uber Eats or whatever. There's always delivery instructions that you can give to the drivers. I know, because I've lived in some very difficult to find places before. Am I the arsehole telling neighbours in a hotel to shut their kid up? No, absolutely not. We're going to read anyway. Hi, I am on a holiday with my girlfriend in a hotel with a family next door that we may as well be sharing a room with, as the walls are so thin despite the rooms being advertised as soundproof. I swear every hotel advertises their rooms as soundproof and they never are. What does that even mean? What does soundproof room even mean? It doesn't seem to mean anything nowadays. The family next door has a baby/kid, I don't know how old, that cries a lot at night, and the parents don't seem to be able to do anything, and they are also very loud. My girlfriend thinks I'm wrong for wanting to knock on the door / bang on the wall to signal that they should be quiet, as young kids are really hard to make quiet. Anyway, please let me know. It's frustrating as hell. That is frustrating as hell. If you're in a holiday destination, there's some kid screaming next door. Oh, I would be so pissed. I don't think you're the arsehole. I think, I mean, it's understandable from both sides, but fucking hell. Like, that must be so annoying. Edit, I asked to move, but the hotel is full. Oh, that's even worse. That is even worse. You can't even get it. There's no escape. There's no escape from it. Just sleep on a sunbed by the pool, my man. Am I the arsehole for declining to be a groomsman in one of my best friend's weddings? One of my best friends, 26, to me, getting married at 26 is so young. Like, I don't think I know anyone that's married that is my age. That seems so young nowadays, but like back in the day, it was normal. But now, like, I just don't know anyone. Like, the youngest person I know that's married is like 32. Anyway, one of my best friends is getting married. I've known this friend for 15 plus years. Growing up, me and 5 other guys were super close. We all grew up in the same neighborhood and played the same sport in high school. The 5 other guys said yes. I said no. I don't really have a concrete reason for saying no. Why'd you say no then? I just really don't need the hassle, as I'm rather introverted. I'd rather use my paid time off to go vacation somewhere quiet rather than having to go to all the extra events associated with the wedding. To be clear, I obviously planned on attending the wedding and the after party themselves. Apparently, my declining to join the wedding party caused bigger issues than I could have imagined. The wife-to-be asked 6 bridesmaids and is apparently irritated that there won't be the same number of groomsmen. That is very irritating. I'd be really irritated by that personally. And my friend has taken it as a personal slight. Yeah, I would too. I would too. Because you're just turning up for no other reason than you don't want to take like paid time off vacation. I've gotten texts and calls from a few of my friends and the maid of honor asking to reconsider, and the friend whose wedding it is got so angry after I declined a second time that he said I shouldn't bother coming at all. I really don't think this is as big of a deal as people are making it out to be, but my friend and his fiance are acting like I objected to the marriage itself. Am I the arsehole? Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, look, I don't think you should be forced to do something that you don't want to do. But at the same time, if you don't do something that is kind of like expected of you in a way, then you can be an arsehole. And I feel as though in this instance, you are the arsehole. Obviously, you're the arsehole. Yeah, I don't even know why this person bothered to post this. Of course, he's going to be like flared as the arsehole here. Obviously, you're the arsehole. Hey, man, I know we've been super close since we were 8, but I can't be bothered to be there for you in one of the most important decisions of your life. Yeah, no real reason. I just don't feel like it. It's exactly that. There's no reason for him not to be there. It's not like, oh, I don't like some of the groomsmen. I don't like some of the bridesmaids. It's just, yeah, I can't be. Sorry, mate. I just can't be arsed. Yeah. The arsehole, man. You are. That's... This is the most obvious one I think we've read in this video. Am I the arsehole for telling my elder brother that he's a loser? I, 19 male, live with my brother, 21 male. He doesn't work out, barely studies, doesn't seem to have goals, and spends most of his days sitting in the same spot playing e-football while watching YouTube. E-football. He's an e-football. I've never heard of anyone playing e-football. It's FIFA or nothing, or FC, as it's now called and nobody calls it. E-football. Yeah, he's a fucking loser, man. Oh my God, you're just flaming your brother on Reddit for no reason. He's underweight, around 50 kilos, doesn't drive well. We're both taking driving lessons, and he still struggles with basic turns after a week. A week? What? You've been doing driving lessons, and he hasn't learned to steer in a week. That's not that long. Like, are you doing lessons every day, or has he just done one lesson? And doesn't seem to be interested in changing anything. Today, after a particularly frustrating driving session, I told him he's a loser and that he has nothing going for him. I said it bluntly, hoping it would be a wake-up call and motivate him to at least work on something, anything. Instead, he got really angry and went straight to our mum and started ranting. She then yelled at me and told me I was being incredibly mean and unhelpful. Now I'm wondering if I was too harsh. I honestly thought a dose of reality might help him snap out of it, but maybe it was the wrong approach. Am I the arsehole for saying what I did? I mean, based on your description of him, he does sound like a loser, like someone who just sits around all day playing fucking e-football. But yeah, this is mean. It is unhelpful. That's the thing. Your mum is right. You are being unhelpful. Yeah, you're the arsehole. Am I the arsehole for not waiting for my girlfriend? So a few months ago, my girlfriend asked me to accompany her to her exam center and wait around until she's done with it. The exam was for an hour, but I refused, saying I don't want to wait. Fast forward 3 months, I had some work presentation for an hour and a half and asked her to accompany me, which she did. I only invited her to wait because we thought we'd hang out after the presentation in a mall nearby, but couldn't due to heavy rains. Now the issue is she recently brought this up and was telling me how she was willing to do something for me, which I wasn't. I argued that if she didn't want to wait, she should voice her opinion and tell me she's not comfortable with waiting. She says that she did something for the person she loves and expects me to reciprocate the same way. I mean, this is a really small issue. I don't know why you've taken this to Reddit. This is so tiny and small. Like, every time you argue with your girlfriend, you just go on, am I the arsehole? Like, do you just post every little problem you have on, am I the arsehole? I don't know. I'd say you're an arsehole, but to like a minor degree. Like, this isn't that deep. This really is not that deep. Like and subscribe if you're not the arsehole.